Now to the story that everyone is talking about, the local restaurant that turned away a Virginia Beach police officer. The manager that night told the officer he wasn't welcome. 10 on your side's Andy Fox has been looking into this story that has a lot of people fired up, Andy.
Yeah, Stephanie, IHOP's not telling that exact story. We are getting to the bottom of what probably happened here. Police aren't talking about this at all. According to the IHOP manager, Ron Barnett, who told us the officer actually sat down but left after he was offended and then called IHOP to tell them why he left. Saturday morning, 5:30-ish at this IHOP on Fordham Drive, a Virginia Beach police officer left the restaurant at the very least feeling disrespected. IHOP spokesperson Craig Hoffman.
It's a he said, she said. Whatever happened, it's a misunderstanding.
Police won't comment, but social media blew up the story. The original Facebook post from Rocco Greco. My uncle, who is Virginia Beach Police Department, after a long 12-hour night shift, he was in full uniform. While waiting to be seated, the manager hostess told him, "We don't serve your kind." He simply walked out. IHOP denies any comments about not serving your kind.
Why we certainly don't call into question the veracity of the officer. The team member in question claims that that is not what happened, that unfortunately she was trying to make a lame joke about the fact that the restaurant was open.
This IHOP is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. The officer asked, "Are you open?" Well, of course they're open, but there wasn't a soul inside.
While I can certainly understand him interpreting that as not being welcome, that is not what was meant. It is not appropriate for her to have said. She has apologized. The franchisee has apologized. He's reached out to the officer.
It appears the "we don't serve your kind" statement wasn't racial, but possibly intended for a police officer from the African-American hostess. IHOP gets that too.
Absolutely, which is why it's important to clarify the situation.
We can confirm this. The whole story is ironic because this IHOP apparently has a very close relationship with police, giving police the same discounts IHOP gives their own employees.
And this is a restaurant that for many, many years has had a standing policy of welcoming police officers, fire officials, and emergency medical personnel.
So Hoffman sums it up this way. The hostess was wrong to make a joke when the officer asked, "Are you open?" And with an empty restaurant, the hostess says, "No, we're closed because we're so busy." As IHOP said, this comment was flip and inappropriate. She probably should have said something like this: "Yes, we're open, and we're glad you're here. And by the way, since you are a uniformed police officer, you get 50% off. Oh, and by the way, thank you for your service." In the newsroom, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.